John Cena sells his soul and gives himself an attitude adjustment, and we've got 3 reasons why and a final verdict if this was the right move, so just keep watching. Welcome to the OK Not OK podcast. I am Dr. OK, and today is our occasionally occurring series called Attitude Adjustment. And I have to admit, I just didn't expect that Dr. OK would be reviewing Dr. O Thug himself, aka the Attitude Adjuster, becoming the Attitude Adjustee. But it's WrestleMania season, so anything can happen. And we give 3 reasons why John Cena decided to sell his soul and join The Rock. And apparently also Travis Scott. But let's get to it with number 1. He's seeing 2013 Cena. Because in March of 2013, there was a panel of Hall of Famers with Booker T, Mick Foley, Bret Hart, and Dusty Rhodes himself, where Booker T asked John Cena why he's going to beat The Rock at WrestleMania 29. And Cena simply replied, "Because I have to." Now, of course, The Rock didn't leave Cena off of the hook with that very short response, so Cena blurted that you didn't beat me. You cannot beat me. I beat me. One bad decision. And so Cena concluded by saying, "I know I am better than The Rock." So that takes us to now, and 2025 Cena can't see 2013 Cena in the ring, but he can learn from him because 2013 Cena took those words to heart and beat The Rock at WrestleMania 29 to become WWE Champion because he did not make a bad decision that day and was better than The Rock on that day. But 2025 Cena sees Cody Rhodes and sees that 2025 Cena is not better than Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes is 40-3 in one-on-one matches since returning in 2022 at WrestleMania 38, with his losses only to Roman Reigns due to a lot of cheating, Brock Lesnar when he was already injured, and Drew McIntyre, with his last loss on February 19th, 2024 to McIntyre, which is over a year without a loss at this point, with 15 straight televised wins and 8 title defenses and even a crown jewel champion added on top of that for good measure. So 2025 Cena looks himself in the mirror and sees a man who hasn't won a one-on-one match since April 27th, 2018. That is 4 years longer than Otis's last one-on-one victory, and so he beat Triple H at the greatest Royal Rumble on that night, and he is 0-5 in his last 5 one-on-one matches, including losses to Sikoa, Theory, and Balor, who are not winning many matches these days. And he was 0-7 in his last singles matches until Seth Rollins stomped out CM Punk for him at the Elimination Chamber so he could finish him off with that STF. So 2025 Cena looked himself in the mirror and did not see 2013 Cena and knows he could not say to Rhodes what he said to Rock and that panel on that day because he knows he is not better than Cody Rhodes right now. So having The Rock and his unlimited resources is the only way he knows that he can win. So, number 2, he didn't come this far to only come this far. Because on that same panel, The Rock quoted Ric Flair saying that to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And on that day, it was The Rock saying that Cena is not the man, but he could be. And in fact, Cena has been tied with Ric Flair himself for the most championships at 16 for over 8 long years now, when he beat AJ Styles at the 2017 Royal Rumble for title number 16. But since then, Cena has lost 4 straight championship matches, including the US title to Theory at WrestleMania 39. Because Cena had 0 successful title defenses in that last reign of his, and including his loss to Alberto Del Rio in October of 2015, that ended his US title Open Challenge reign, Cena is 2-7 in championship matches, with one of those 2 wins being a DQ win, so he didn't even gain the title back from Del Rio on that occasion. So with 8 long years to stew over not taking his place into WWE immortality by himself, standing atop all others including Ric Flair, and officially becoming the man, this is simply the best way to prove to The Rock and to himself and join The Rock to gain any possible advantage he can get to become the greatest of all time. And reason number 3, it takes money to make money. And even though it may be difficult for all of us to think back to 2013, it is certainly much easier to remember what The Rock said in his return just a few weeks ago to Cody Rhodes when The Rock wanted Rhodes to become his champion, saying that The Rock has a 500 million followers on Instagram, and he may have been a little bit off on that because he actually has just a little bit less than 395 million as of right now, but he is still the most followed American man and is either 5th or 6th most overall, in a very near tie with Kylie Jenner of all folks. But beside the point, John Cena only has 21 million Instagram followers, so he has quite a long way to go if he wants to catch up to The Rock. And so while the final boss told Rhodes that he could open up doors and possibilities that he never knew existed, it's probably been in John Cena's mind for a very long time to try to get those same doors and possibilities open for him. So, Cena in fact may have based much of his ire at The Rock during their feud for not being there on WWE programming every single week and going to Hollywood while Cena was there all of the time for the WWE Universe. But it seems like Cena just wanted what The Rock had all along, as The Rock first appeared in Mummy Returns in 2001, and then right into a leading role in 2002's Scorpion King, and then he went on to be a leading actor in 28 movies that have totaled over $6 billion at the box office. And on top of that, he's had also 10 lead ensemble member roles, totaling over more than $5 billion, and 11 more in supporting or cameo roles for another $3.5 billion, for a combined $15 billion at the box office, while Cena also caught the acting bug early in WWE films The Marine and 12 Rounds, and he also has gone on to total about $5 billion at the box office, though in his 18 leading roles, he barely has eclipsed $500 million, and most of his rake is from hanging out with Dua Lipa in a couple of scenes of Barbie as Mermaid Ken, which admittedly is a great gig if you can get it, but that was almost $1.5 billion itself. And then when you add on 2 Fast and Furious movies, with each of them making over $700 million, that's mostly all of his total. Now, of course, The Rock had already beaten him to the punch there, starting at Fast 5, while Cena started at F9. So the point is this: number 1, Cena clearly wants what The Rock has, and if he can use The Rock's resources to open up those final doors and possibilities that he can't quite reach on his own, outside of the ring of course, well, that little thing of selling his soul to The Rock is simply no big deal. And number 2, with Cena already beating The Rock inside the ring in the rematch, just think how great it would be for him to be able to use The Rock's resources and then blow by him in popularity and success in the socials and at the box office and just about anywhere in life, as well. So just like the rule of two in Star Wars, which coincidentally neither of them have appeared in just yet, for the Sith, The Rock can mentor and provide John Cena as the apprentice like Darth Plagueis the Wise did to Emperor Palpatine. When Cena has learned and gained his power, he can be the one to usurp The Rock, just like that dreaded Darth Sidious or Emperor Palpatine did to Darth Plagueis the Wise. So in conclusion, going all the way back to that feud in 2013, The Rock was right, because no matter what Cena does, half the crowd would say, "Let's go Cena," and half the crowd will say Cena sucks. So at the end of the day, who cares which half is which? So John Cena just needs one win to etch his name at the top of the history books and gain all of The Rock's resources for supremacy beyond the mat. Then no one will be able to see him as he leaves everyone in the dust. And if you don't like it, you can STFU. So at the end of the day, John Cena, this attitude adjustment was perfect, and that is thug life and basic thugonomics, and of course, it is double okay. But if you didn't see my grades for each match and segment from Raw, I need you to 5-knuckle shuffle your way right on over here, because if you don't, you will need an attitude adjustment, because that is simply not okay.